we got some stuff to talk about. This is everything that I read in the last 2 months. Nothing crazy, guys. You see this big thing in here, we'll get into it. But yeah, this is everything I read in the last 2 months. Now that we're back on track, we'll start July fresh, and then try to stay on track for the rest of the year, rest of the summer, man. So this is what we got, everything that I read for the month of June and May, all the different comic books. The first thing that I want to talk about, gotta talk about East of West, man. Yo, what an excellent series. This has to be my favorite indie series of all time. I'm saying it, I know it's recency bias, but it's just excellent, dude. Jonathan Hickman spins like the craziest story imaginable. Dragotta and Martin, just excellent on the artwork. So let's get into it, man. So what is East of West about? It's kind of hard to explain, but it's about this group of people that are all from these different nations around the US, because in this story, it's an alternate history. The US is not the same kind of government that we know it to be. It's split up into these different nations. And there's kind of this prophecy that, hey, the world is gonna end, and it's called The Message. The message is how the world is gonna end. And so all these different people, they've been chosen to kind of help facilitate the end of the world, and they're helping the horsemen of the apocalypse kind of bring about the end of the world. So that's kind of what the story is about on its surface. But obviously the different people in this organization, the different people, the chosen, they all have their own kind of goals, right? And yeah, man, it's just some really, really excellent world building from Jonathan Hickman. I mean, it really seems like before he even put pen to paper, he knew how this entire saga was gonna play out. And we get this Death character who was part of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. He's not into that anymore. He found a woman that he loves, right? So he's actually on a quest to save his son, so the son of Death. So that's kind of his goal the entire time. He's joined by Wolf and Crow. They're kind of, Native Americans that have these kind of magical powers. And the entire series is sort of like a Western in that, although it takes place in the future and you guys are seeing some, future tech and stuff like that, it's still got like a cowboy edge to it. People still wearing cowboy hats. They still have 6-shooter revolvers and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's just like a really interesting, there's nothing like it in comic books. There really is nothing like it. Everything that Jonathan Hickman is doing in this series is so unique. It's really hard to talk about this series without doing spoilers as well, because there are just a ton of twists and turns throughout this series. Some of the characters that I really do like, I like, of course, you gotta like Babylon the Kid. He is the Kid of Death. He's super smart, but this kind of interesting thing is going on with him where he's connected to this kind of balloon, and he's been raised inside of simulations up until this point in his life where he's out in the world, he's kind of escaped. So this balloon is feeding him lies on what the world actually looks like. So inside of Babylon's, in his eyes, he's seeing the world as it being like super evil and corrupted and stuff like that. Really interesting kind of, kind of devious sort of idea there from Jonathan Hickman. The Horsemen of the Apocalypse just going around all throughout history. Every time they die, they always come back, I guess. So they've always been around. This character here, Chamberlain, he has to be probably the best comic book character in any series ever. Really, really great villain. Always kind of in the background, kind of planning, a couple steps ahead. Kind of like the spider, I guess something I would compare this series to, but I think that this series does it in a way better way. This series kind of has like the political intrigue of a series like Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire or whatever, in that there's all these different kind of disparate kingdoms, all throughout the planet, and they're all kind of working towards different goals and making backroom deals, helping each other, backstabbing each other. So yeah, man, definitely check out East of West if you get a chance. Gotta buy this End Times Compendium. I think it's a really beautiful collection. Sort of hard to read in some places. Like if you're in the middle, it's not too bad, right? Because it just kind of folds out and open. But if you're in the beginning, like the beginning probably 5th, it makes it kind of hard and cumbersome to read in this giant format. But man, East of West, greatest indie series I've ever read. It might be recency bias, but I really do think that as I read more things, this one is gonna stand head and shoulders above the rest. Let's talk about Mr. Miracle, dude. So I also read Mr. Miracle, the Deluxe edition. This was my first time reading Mr. Miracle as well. I know a lot of people say it's one of the best DC series, for sure, one of the best of all time. And I loved it, dude. This was an excellent read. We got some Tom King stuff with Mitch Gerrits on the interiors. And the first thing that I'm gonna say is, I didn't think this 9-panel grid would, it's kind of hard, it's kind of a hard concept to start with, right? You see this 9-panel grid and it seems kind of constrictive, like, oh, how are they gonna tell this story? It kind of feels sort of boxed in, which gets into kind of the themes of it, right? Where Mr. Miracle is sort of spiraling, not really sure what he wants to do out of life, you know, kind of going through a sort of depressed sort of state. And yeah, he's working together with Big Barda, his loving wife, Big Barda. But yeah, what I was saying about the 3-panel grid, Mitch Garrett is a genius, dude, because he's able to kind of squeeze this restrictive kind of format and kind of squeeze just a ton of great artwork out of it, man. Just excellent stuff. As I'm flipping through, you guys will see. But yeah, the story really is just about Mr. Miracle and his wife Big Barda and how they kind of overcome all these different challenges together in that, you know, really kind of beautiful relationship that they have here. Probably the best relationship in all of DC. I don't know, dude. I think that this story really kind of emphasized that to me. But we also get, you know, the fact that there is a war. Darkseid's always going for the anti-life equation. Allegedly, he's got it, and he's going to war with all the different new gods. So Big Barda, Mr. Miracle get caught up in that war as well. We also, I didn't know about Mr. Miracle's origin and how tragic it was, right? As he was kind of tortured endlessly in the pits of apocalypse before he became Mr. Miracle that we know him as today. Kind of the entertainer, stuntman sort of guy. But yeah, so he's living kind of this double life. He's, you know, a new god. He's got all these different responsibilities. It comes to be that he, you know, they have a kid, so he's got to be responsible for this kid as well, be a responsible dad. And it's just sort of Mr. Miracle trying to juggle all these different things and kind of find out, you know, find his place in the world, like what he wants to currently be doing, right? But yeah, man, just a really kind of beautiful story. Really kind of beautiful depiction of these new gods and all the different struggles that they can go through, but we as humans can go through as well. And fighting through them, finding someone you really love to help fight through it as well. And yeah, man, just a really beautiful story. I don't know, dude, it's less about kind of the war between all the different new gods and Darkseid and all that, and it really kind of is just a close kind of personal look at Mr. Miracle and the struggles that he's going through. And yeah, man, just really beautiful stuff. I cannot say enough good things about this story or enough good things about the artwork from Mitch Garrett's. Excellent stuff, man. Just really blew me away. And I gotta say, dude, again, just the 9-panel grid, I was like, how the hell is this gonna work? It works, dude. It really does work. Excellent, beautiful stuff. It'll be up there as far as, you know, my favorite stories of all time, I'm sure. So that's what we got, Mr. Miracle Deluxe Edition. And then last but not least, I won't talk about it too, you know, a lot, because I'm probably gonna talk about it next week when I do some Superman recommendations. But I've been reading some Superman stories, trying to get ready for Near Mint Condition. He's doing an evergreen Superman stories panel. I'm lucky enough to be on it. So I've been reading some Superman stories and rereading them. And this one is one that I reread in time for the panel. I just love it, dude. Superman Smashes the Klan. Just a beautiful story of finding home, belonging, fighting racism, punching Nazis in the face. All great stuff, man. Just really touching stuff. Really kind of a for all ages sort of Superman read. I think it's excellent. Definitely recommend it. Superman Smashes the Klan. But yeah, just recently reread that for the Near Mint Condition evergreen Superman stories and wanted to give it a shout out. But that's what we got, dude. That's everything that I've been reading recently. Look forward to July when we get back on track. I'll pick out some new collected editions, and at the end of July, we'll review them and we'll keep it going for months and months, dude. But that's what we got. Next up, let's talk about some new July #1s. So that's what we got in this video. We did our new comic book day haul. We did our comic book reviews like we do every single week. We also talked about what I read in the month of May, what I read in the month of June. We talked about a new July #1s, new series that are starting that you can tell your local comic book store about. And then we finish it off by doing our monthly comments, your comic comments for the month of June. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.